Good morning. Shall we have a coffee together? Happy Friday, everybody. It's November 24th today. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ultra Love, and I like to do the tarot. It's a bit of fun for the morning vibratories or whenever you find it. I'm a long-time intuitive tarot reader, yoga teacher, meditation, and breathwork facilitator. I also do EFT with people and sell merchandise, online courses, and a book. Let's see what the cards say for this fine day. I hope that it's been a good week for you guys. Life is weird, isn't it? I think about these things, about how, like, we're all like, this, follow this path and then life will be like this. And you start growing up and you're like, I'm not sure about that. I always had like a, query about the whole, like, if you just work really hard and then I'm thinking, I don't think, if you watch the full spectrum of humanity, like, hard work doesn't necessarily equate freedom or liberation. So it's a bit of a conundrum. Anyway, let's pull some cards for you guys. Let's get into it. I digress loads all the time. Oh, Temperance. I'm going to keep that Temperance card because it kind of popped out. Temperance is a refining, healing energy, a grounding. There's a sense with the Temperance too of reconnecting. For some of you, you might want to be reconnecting to a spiritual practice. For some of you, your spirituality could be connected to nature. So spending time in the mountains or going to a lake, or the water is definitely important in that regard. Because some of you might feel a bit stuck in a situation, a creative situation or a romantic situation. It's feeling limited because either there's too much going on or this person just isn't very committed. So Temperance is telling me, like, you're gonna have to keep committing to yourself. Yeah, it's probably worthy of focusing on the Pentacle right now. Focusing on your material, I guess, security, stability. And I'm acutely aware, this has been something in my awareness for so long, which is why I was never really driven by material wealth and or accumulation of material wealth, is because, like, in my perspective of the world, pretty much for as long as I can remember, I would observe, big changes that would appear out of people's control. As in, people could have all the money and wealth in the world, make some bad investments or make some bad purchases, and it goes down the drain. So I'm like, there's no, on the physical plane, certainly there's no, like, guarantee. Or so, plus I'm starting to, like, get into my ponderings again. So feel free to check out the YouTube channel. Questioning things deeply, continuing the mesh of the Ultra Love to encourage people to, and myself, obviously, to, drop the phones, to engage with your heart and engage with other humans as consciously and as presently as possible. The extremity and division. And then I had that thought about ignorance and how, when we're dealing with base morality, we're dealing with a form of ignorance that's partly propagated but partly chosen. I think because sometimes it's easier to be in denial, or seemingly easier to be in denial than to face the truth of our common humanity, So you can see the tactics, you can see the through lines of tactical propaganda to justify certain actions on the world stage, right? So your centeredness, your coming back to yourself, your temperance is like prime time for today and maybe for the weekend. I'm getting a sense of like little weekend pull, perhaps. You know, I was talking about denial, ignorance, and part of the reason the temperance is here, I would say, be mindful, lovers. This is like scam. I'm hearing in my mind, liars, cheaters, like, and this is where it's kind of chaotic, is that you don't always know. So here you are, you know, coming back to yourself, endeavoring to find that mental clarity and to liberate yourself. Some of you know I teach meditation, and, you know, different questions pop up. And often is the case, people are like, oh, so is my mind like meant to be empty? And they said, so is the goal an empty mind, like a completely void mind? And I was like, yeah, sometimes you achieve that, like you can get there. And then during the meditation, I had a thought of like, no, I don't think an empty mind is the goal. I think mastering our mind, being masterful, being able to consciously choose your thoughts, not just being, like being the puppet or being swayed by unconscious thinking. Because majority of us are unconscious. We're not present to the amount of thoughts. Apparently we're having thoughts just all day, every day. And part of the patterned thinking or the patterned behavior is based in that stream of thought. You know, it's creation, it's consciousness on some level. But we're ignorant. We pretend, we try to be ignorant to that. We try to pretend like that doesn't matter. You know, as above, so below, as within, so without, right? If we're demonizing our neighbors, it's actually a representation of how we feel about ourselves. Anywho, let's pull a few more cards. Oh, the world. Please, world, have compassion for one another. So, Queen of Wands here. Ooh, success. Some of you might, and right when I pulled that Queen of Wands, I was like, ooh, some of you getting ready to make some moves, you know, make some moves to success. This is very autonomous card. I am getting a sense that the majority of you that I'm reading for are more than likely like independent, as in not coupled, not in a relation. Some of you might be in a relation. No, I really don't get. Do you know what I feel like? Some of you are overcoming maybe a bad work situation or a bad boss situation or just like a manipulation situation. On the romantic front, the only energies I'm picking up on romantically are like, for now, the reason you're being asked to really focus on yourself is that you're not getting much commitment. If you are canoodling with somebody, they're not very reliable, or they're not, maybe you're not sure if they're telling the truth. Okay, so you're really like, ooh, focus on yourself, temperance, come back to yourself. And then this renewal, right? This renewal. Mind your words, lovers. There's a certain transit happening now. Something like Mars square Saturn, I think. So it's like we're wanting to charge forward, but like there's like a few more things to learn or a few more things to overcome. So temperance is like, stay calm, don't make any sudden moves. You know, I get a sense that for some of you, again, if you're canoodling and it's non-committal, you're probably gonna like hold the line and not necessarily keep pursuing that. They're, again, like, they're not quite as meta. Because Queen of Wands is here. Some of you guys are getting ready to make some moves, and I'm kind of excited to figure out what that is. Because there's success. It's like stepping out to show your hand, and then it's like, I don't know poker. I'm thinking of a flash or like any random poker hand, but it's a good one. It's one that could win the table kind of thing. So I feel like for some of you, this is a pretty monumental one as well. Like for some of you, there's a shift in your ancestral healing. Like you're liberating yourself from old paradigms of lack, not believing in yourself, not like you'd never, and that's a collective paradigm, I think, within the dominant working classes of like, you have to work hard to get by. People like us don't get lucky, or that success and money and wealth and freedom is for those people out there. We have to work. We have to. So there is something, because the King of Pentacles reverse, I'm feeling that's like a ancestral energy. So y'all are looking out to the future going, I'm ready to step out over that. I'm ready to overcome that. I'm ready to be successful. I'm ready to be seen. For some of you, this is definitely a creative project or simply an energetic win where you're like, finally, right? I'm finally overcoming that limitation or sense of not being enough. So holla Shazam, you guys. Have a great Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be doing the monthly readings for December on the YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also I'm starting to create some promo codes so that I can offer promos seasonally probably. So if you're interested in, I think there's a £10 off voucher going around. So if you want to get £10 off a reading or an online yoga session, feel free to check that out. Otherwise, have yourself a merry little Christmas kind of vibe. Oh, I just annoyed myself. So we're going to go. Holla Shazam, you guys. Peace out.